Hey there everyone, and thank you so much for joining me as we talk some movie news. So, in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about an upcoming horror movie which focuses on a giant spider terrorizing a family. And it looks creepy as hell. We have all the information, pictures, and trailer which we're going to be diving into. And if you're an arachnophobe, you may want to look away. But guys, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie and streaming news we have going on this channel. And with that down, we're going to be jumping into this article from comicflicknews.com. So, Sting, first trailer for new giant spider movie, spins a web of terrifying footage. So, prepare to squirm, first trailer for Sting unveiled by Well Go USA Entertainment. So, buckle up folks, Well Go USA Entertainment just dropped the first trailer and poster for Kia Roche-Turner's latest horror extravaganza, Sting, and it's bound to send shivers down your spine, especially if you're not exactly best buds with our eight-legged pals. So yeah, just by looking at this picture here on this article, we can see this giant spider hanging on the ceiling here. From the clip that I played at the beginning of the video, I mean, the CGI on the spider in some scenes looks a little bit, a little bit low budget, a little bit cheap. But then again, this is an independent movie. It's on the cheaper scale, so the CGI is not going to be top notch. But again, it doesn't take away from anything. You suspend your disbelief. But the fact that a giant spider, like in this picture here, little girl just, watching something on her phone, and then above her on the ceiling, there's this gigantic spider hanging from the ceiling. It's just that kind of ominous, creepy feeling of this giant spider just hanging on the ceiling, relaxing, chilling out. Maybe he's enjoying the phone at the same time. Maybe they're watching Netflix together. But I'm sure he's up to more nefarious things because this trailer looks pretty scary, and the spider's definitely going to be taking out a few people, that's for sure. So let's keep going down and see what we can learn about this upcoming movie. So, get ready to meet Charlotte, a teenage girl who unexpectedly becomes the foster parent to a rather unusual pet, an intelligent, spider-like creature named Sting. And how did they meet, you ask? Well, it's your classic case of an egg crashing through a window during a storm, because that's totally normal. Not. So yeah, this spider has kind of space origins, I'm guessing, from what it says from the synopsis. This egg kind of crashes through the window, and then this little girl, she kind of keeps this spider as a pet, not realizing that it's kind of like a weird species of spider that can grow exponentially huge. And she obviously feeds it. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it can't be contained, and then it starts kind of, doing its spiderish things, eating people and all this kind of stuff, and then chaos ensues. So, so as Sting starts sprouting like he's on some growth hormone regime, that's quite funny. Charlotte begins to question her life choices. I absolutely would. If I had a spider one day and it was really small, and I wake up the next day and it was the size of a small cat or a dog, I would be throwing that thing out. I'd be hitting it with a shoe. I'd be burning it. I wouldn't be keeping it in my room, that's for sure. So, particularly the ones where she decided to feed this not-so-little guy. And trust us, you won't want to get too attached to any other pets that make an appearance in this flick. RIP to the goldfish, hamsters, and parakeets. So basically, if there's any animals in this movie whatsoever that isn't a spider, they're basically going to get eaten. So, yeah, don't be attached to anything that you see in this movie that isn't a spider, basically. I love that. Don't be attached to any pets that make an appearance in this flick. That's really funny. So, but fear not, Charlotte isn't about to let her newfound eight-legged buddy wreak havoc without a fight. Armed with bravery and a broom, and probably a can of bug spray, she sets out to save the day. Let's just hope she's not the only one with a plan, because otherwise things could get hairy, literally. So yeah, we saw in that little clip as well, she's kind of suited and booted. She's got like a little spray gun or something. And how she's going to take out this giant spider, I have no idea. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't need a Shakespearean plot here. I just need a giant spider just like eating people and going crazy. I'm not an arachnophobe, so to speak, but I hate spiders as much as the next person. They give me the creeps. And, this movie just looks kind of crazy. It looks silly. As I say, the CGI looks low budget, but I don't really care. I'm not expecting a whole lot from this movie. Just some jump scares and some silly kind of scenes of a spider kind of attacking people. That's all we need, really. So, judging from the trailer, Sting promises some seriously jaw-dropping practical effects and enough creepy, crawly moments to make the bravest souls squirm. I wouldn't say jaw-dropping practical effects. There's a few practical effects here and there. Yeah, I guess when it's up close with the spider, I guess it kind of does look pretty cool. The CGI looks a little bit low budget, as I keep saying, but we can get past it. So if you're up for a wild ride with thrills, spills, and a whole lot of webs, check out the trailer below and drop your thoughts in the comments if you dare. So we have a... didn't mean to do that. My web browser kind of skipped down on me there. So from Bloody Disgusting, we have a tweet here, or... oh no, this is Instagram, sorry. Yeah, Instagram? Twitter. Yeah, this is Twitter, sorry. I was having a moment there. So, Bloody Disgusting, afraid of spiders, you might want to avoid the trailer for Sting, the new spider attack horror movie from Wormwood director Kia Roche Turner, or be brave and watch it anyway, the choice is yours. This is like everybody's fear, like when they're asleep and a spider's going to come down and get them. Like, I used to have nightmares about this when I was a kid. Like, just the idea of a spider just kind of, making its way down onto you when you're sleeping. It's just that image, that notion of that kind of spider just coming after you while you're asleep. It's just, I don't even know what the word is, man. It's just creepy as anything. So, yeah, we do have the trailer here. This thumbnail for this trailer here, this gigantic spider. Look at the size of this thing. So this thing's going to go from about the size of a penny, like a little spider, up to like the size of a fully grown, I don't know, like Great Dane dog or something, like a huge, I don't know how big the spider's actually going to get. The trailer obviously doesn't show us the whole movie. So by the end of the movie, this thing could grow the size of a car. It could grow the size of a small cow or something. Really don't know how big it's going to get. But guys, we're going to check out this trailer in full. So let's have a look. It's going to be about 2 or 3 minutes long. So let's have a look at this full-length trailer. We'll talk about the synopsis as well before we finish off so we can get a clearer idea. And let's jump into that trailer. So 3, 2, 1.
You called about the noises in your walls, right?
Oh, no, not me.
You sure about that?
Hey there, little guy.
Charlotte! I need you to watch Liam.
Why?
Because he's 6 months old and he eats paper.
Every time I try and connect, she takes 2 steps back.
Night, Ethan. You hungry? Cool. We're gonna call you Sting. Hi, Eric. Could a spider grow twice as big in a couple of hours?
No, that is a physiological impossibility. Sweet Jesus, what the hell happened to it?
Rats.
I don't think a rat's gonna do that.
Spiders only know 2 things. Eat and kill.
What kind of spider are we talking about here? A big one.
A spider bite will paralyze its prey because it likes to feed on living flesh.
It's all my fault.
We have to deal with this together.
Sting.
That's your spider!
Yeah, guys, so that was the trailer to Sting, the upcoming horror spider movie, whatever you want to call it. But we have a few pictures which I've just grabbed from the trailer. So let's just have a look at some of these pictures so we can go and talk about it. And let's start off with this one. So we have this spider box here. Well, this kind of, acrylic see-through box. Obviously, she kept the spider in there. But it looks like from this image here, the spider is actually inside it. And he's grown a lot bigger than what expected. I'm not sure if this is his legs and this is his body. This is what it looks like, the kind of silhouette of the spider here in the box, but it looks like he's going to break out at some point. So let's go on to the next one. So this is a close-up one from the vent of his face. This is like a practical effect, I assume. And you can see his beady little eyes and his mouth and his giant legs here. This is pretty creepy if you came face to face with this guy here in a vent. I'm not sure how big he is here. It's hard to tell because obviously the camera's pushed up pretty close to the spider's face. But like I say, if you're an arachnophobe, it's definitely not something you would want to come up against. Even for myself, who has a slight discomfort around spiders, it's definitely creepy to look at, that's for sure. Next one. So we have this guy here. He's chilling out in his living room by the look of it. And on the ceiling, the gigantic spider is just entering the living room, crawling onto the ceiling. The CGI in this, even in this image here, it doesn't look the best, as I've already said earlier in the video. But it's a low budget, so we can excuse it. But just playing on this kind of creepy factor of this gigantic spider just climbing on the ceiling. The fact that they're silent and you can't hear them as well makes them all the more creepy because you don't know where he's going to be. And he can be on the ceiling, he can be on the walls, he can be in vents, he could be, you know, it could be absolutely anywhere. And that's part of the creepiness of it. You just don't know where he's going to appear. But this guy is in for a lot of trouble if he doesn't do something about this giant spider very quickly. So, the next one, it looks like we have a picture frame with the family in it, and the spider is kind of just chilling on the picture frame. Maybe he's studying the family. I'm not really sure. But, you can see him here. Obviously, he's not as big as what we just saw in the last picture. I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if there's multiple spiders or just one spider. I'm assuming there's just one. But, yeah, in this picture, obviously, he's nowhere near as big as what he was in the last ones. This must be earlier in the movie, before he grows even bigger, if it's just the one spider. If there's multiple, there may be multiple spiders of multiple different sizes. Not really sure at the moment. But, yeah, this guy here still looks pretty damn creepy. You wouldn't want this guy lunging at your face. That's for sure. So, and this one, it looks like we have some sort of... It looks like a laundry vent or something, you know, where you dump a rubbish dump, sorry, where you dump your rubbish down into the, you know, you put it down in the vent and it drops into this rubbish bin at the bottom. And it looks like the spider's crawling out the bottom. Either that, yeah, I think that could be it. That definitely looks like a rubbish vent to me. And you can see again, he's climbing out the bottom. He's coming out the darkness, looks very creepy. Just this kind of silhouette of the spider with a little bit of light on him. And again, you can tell it's CGI. It looks pretty low budget, but I don't really care. It's going to add to the campiness and the kind of the fun factor, I think. But this guy is definitely growing in size. He's a lot bigger than the last picture we saw. And then we come to this final image, which we're going to talk about, which was the thumbnail to the actual trailer itself. Look at the size of this spider here. He's got to be the size of a small dog, at least, if not bigger. And the fact that this little girl here has come face to face with this gigantic arachnid, this is kind of the stuff of nightmares. And even looking at this picture is kind of creeping me out just talking about it. So I want to get it off my screen as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to start having nightmares tonight about giant spiders, which I don't want to do. But yeah, guys, so that was just kind of some of the screen caps from the trailer that we just saw. Definitely looks creepy. This spider is going to be out of control. Like I say, I'm not sure at this point whether there's multiple spiders or just the one spider. But how big he's going to grow in the movie, I'm not sure. But by the end of the movie, he could be, who knows how big. The size of a truck, the size of a car. Don't really know. But even the fact that he's the size of a small dog or a cat is creepy enough in and of itself. But guys, we're going to finish off the video. We have the actual official synopsis for the movie. So we'll quickly read that so we can get a better understanding of the movie. And then we'll finish off the video. So, the synopsis reads, one cold stormy night in New York City, a mysterious object falls from the sky and smashes through the window of a rundown apartment building. It's an egg, and from the egg emerges a strange little spider. So the creature is discovered by Charlotte, a rebellious 12-year-old girl, obsessed with comic books. Despite her stepfather Ethan's best efforts to connect with her, through her comic book co-creation, Fangirl, Charlotte feels isolated. Her mother and Ethan are distracted by their new baby and are struggling to cope, leaving Charlotte to bond with the spider, keeping it as a secret pet. She names it Sting. So, as Charlotte's fascination with Sting increases, so does its size, growing at a monstrous rate. Sting's appetite for blood becomes insatiable, neighbours, pets start going missing, and then the neighbours themselves. That sounds funny. Soon Charlotte's family and the eccentric characters of the building realise they are all being trapped, hunted by a ravenous, supersized arachnid with a taste for human flesh. And Charlotte is the only one who knows how to stop it. Why would a young girl be the only one who knows how to stop a giant spider? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but the fact that this giant spider has an appetite for human flesh as well is kind of crazy. But it looks like it comes from space, which is kind of cool. I mean, I guess it's a spin on the arachnid kind of horror aspect of it, so that's kind of cool. So whether you're itching to see Sting or feeling a bit queasy at the thought of giant spider shenanigans, one thing's for sure, this movie is bound to spin its web around your imagination. So dear readers, after watching this trailer, what's your verdict? Are you ready to brave the arachnid mayhem, or will you be hiding under the covers until the coast is clear? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's get this web-slinging discussion started. Sting crawls into theaters April 12th, 2024. So if you are very interested in seeing this giant spider horror movie with the giant spider going crazy and eating people and pets and animals and all kinds of crazy stuff, then April 12th, mark your calendar guys, 2024. You can see it in theaters. But I know there's a lot of people that are very, very terrified of these kind of movies and don't like spiders whatsoever. So I can understand why making it into a horror movie is kind of a, it's kind of a good thing to do, because it plays on that natural fear of spiders that people have. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Is this a movie that you're interested in? Is this something that you would run out and see? And what do you think of this giant, spider trailer? Did it get you excited for the movie, or is it something you're going to steer clear of due to the giant spiders? And let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.